All right, so here he is, DC, the one, the only Toни Fергюson, the former UFC interim lightweight champion, and the man who was the first to accrue a double-digit winning streak in the division, 155 pounds, that most people believe is the best and deepest in the UFC.
It has long been the deepest division in the UFC, and Toni Fергüson has maneuvered his way through that and had eventually captured the interim lightweight championship. One of the most diverse strikers that you've ever seen. I mean, the elbow he hit against Josh Thompson to split him open was unbelievable. And couple that with the college wrestling background, and every time you step into the octagon with Fергüson, you know you're going to have your hands full. From him walking to the octagon dancing, to getting in there and being so free-flowing, Toni Fергüson is one of the best fighters on the UFC's roster.
He really thrives under the bright lights. He is a finisher of the highest order. His training habits are truly the stuff of legend. Eddie Bravo talks about this guy training for 6 hours straight. Probably ill-advised for most fighters, but El Cucuy can do it.
He can do it.
All right, so here's the former UFC interim welterweight champion, Colbi Kovington, and whether he's banging on the Brazilians or going at fans on Twitter, there's a lot that encompasses this total package of Colbi Kovington. He's a hell of a fighter, though.
But ultimately, it's about the fighting. And the fighting ability is what has carried Colbi to such a great start in his UFC career. A former champion, a guy that's been in there with the very best of the division. And when he's been in there, he's been able to get his hand raised. I always go back to the Rafael dos Anjos fight, and I watch Colbi put a pace on him that dos Anjos, who is also known for his cardio, could not keep. It was inspiring to watch, and if you know Colbi before fighting, you know that he trains as hard as anybody in the world to try to accomplish his goals.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record of 26 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Orange County, California, Toni El Cucuy Fергüson. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 16 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Colbi Chaos Kovington. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne.
The veteran Yves Lavigne draws the assignment here.
You ready?
All right, so here we are in Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. It's hard to believe this venue hasn't even been open 5 years when you think about all the big events it has held. Conor versus Khabib. You beat Stipe to become the double champ inside these very walls. You getting chills being back tonight, champ?
I'm getting chills being back at the T-Mobile Arena. I love this venue. And I'm going to tell you one last thing before the fight night starts. After you're done taking a walk outside and take a gander at the side of the building, you can see your boy DC prominent up high in the rafters, holding up those 2 titles. What a great arena, the T-Mobile Arena.
And that Vegas air feels...
Now, the guy's attacking the triangle. He finds himself in trouble because he got a little bit lazy in the full guard.
Looks like he's trying to manipulate the head. This could be tight.
Oh, nice. It's in there deep. There you go.
Brilliant submission defense there. All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control?
Well, side control to me feels like a little bit less control because now my legs aren't really doing anything anymore. Now I'm controlling you with my upper body. So I've got to be very, very aware. It's still advantageous, but it just seems a little more free-flowing than having something like a half guard.
Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Fергüson. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
2 minutes now to go in round 1. 25 total strikes and counting have now landed for Colbi Kovington. Really using his reach advantage there with that punch, DC.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Covington going for the takedown here, nothing doing there. Another shot lands upstairs. Nice connection there by Toни Fергüson. You're probably glad you never had to prepare for a fighter like this in your day.
I've never seen anything like that, and I'm not sure there's anyone like that going up in the weights. Toni Fергüson does not...
Oh, he can't. Right, so he catches the kick and promptly counters with the takedown and puts him on his back. Nicely done there.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew if he had an opportunity to secure a leg off of the kick, he would go right to his takedown, and it worked to perfection. Nice punch.
And now they are throwing both sides with conviction. Oh, he gets the takedown late in the round here. That's a way to leave an impression on the judges, and big picture, I think, could set him up for future. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. How about this fight, folks? You see, he was nearly caught in a submission there right at the end of the round. Saved by the bell. So back to the stool. Mentally probably not in a great place here. We'll see if he can recover and get himself back into this fight.
This isn't the way you trained in the gym. Keep your head.
All right, a lot of highlights from which to choose over those previous 5 minutes, DC. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, and for all the good that he did in that round, it was the punching that really led to him really taking control of the fight. He did a great job finding his shot over and over again.
All right, folks, here we go with our next round. And in terms of his output and his efficiency with his significant strikes in the previous round, you can argue that was the best 5-minute stretch of his UFC career.
Oh, absolutely the best 5 minutes he has ever had. He was in a zone. Everything he threw was just landing and landing with vicious intent. He's got to feel confident as he gets off the stool for the beginning of this round.
Well, he's been pretty accurate tonight. He's landed some significant strikes, but his corner's looking for him to mix it up a little bit more and just throw more volume.
Because they don't see too much of a threat. This guy has to have confidence in knowing that when he extends his combinations, he's still safe, but he's also going to be able to land.
Nice double leg takedown attempt there, and you got to think that's something that's going to give him confidence moving forward. And now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap.
But now DC trying to isolate an arm.
Yep, he's using the Kimura. Oh, now he's in trouble.
Oh, there's the tap.
He got the finish. What a beautiful Kimura finish by this great fighter.
And I don't care how high your threshold is for pain. When you're in that compromised state, better to tap and fight another day.
It's so crazy because people think the pressure's on your arm. It's all your shoulder. When somebody has a really good Kimura, it feels like they're going to break your shoulder. That's why you have to tap.
All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He's such a phenomenal grappler. I don't understand how people don't know that this guy wants to submit you. He is the best grappler, best submission specialist we've seen in a long time.
So a seminal moment for this fighter here tonight as he gets the win by submission. Huge victory in his career, and it'll be very interesting to see how they matchmake him moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 1 second of the second round. Declaring the winner by tap out, Toni Ferguson!
All right, so what a performance by this young man here tonight as he gets the win by way of submission. He certainly put a lot of stock into getting the finish tonight, and he did just that. Congratulations.
It was a very tough fight, but he knew that if he did everything right, he can get to his position, which is the ground, and he would be able to find a finish by submission tonight. He did just that.